Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be talking about the LSU Tigers, who I think could be the surprise team for next year. By surprise, I mean, let me guess they surprised this year as well, but what I mean is the team that I think could go to the college football playoff out of the SEC. Now, why is that? They are the reigning SEC champions. It was the first year for Brian Kelly. You know, maybe not the most fun guy or the greatest guy out there, but he's a hell of a football coach, and he was able to get the most out of his players in year one already, and he's able to use the portal now at a way better destination at LSU with a lot less academic restrictions than he had up in Notre Dame. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he does with this new class. He's got a pretty good recruiting class, but he's got, more importantly, got the #1 transfer class for the portal. I'm looking at it right now. He's bringing in 4 corners, 4 linemen, and 3 linebackers. I mean, he is bringing in a full defense to the portal. And these guys, these are from these schools. We got Oregon State, Oregon, Texas, West Virginia, Ohio State, Alabama, Texas A&M, like big programs, and a lot of them SEC programs, big Power 5 programs. These kids know how to play, right? And they're all coming in. They're going to be playing for a pretty good defensive coach in Brian Kelly. Now, defense wins championships, sure, but you need to have a good offense. Now, who's on their offense? Only bringing back Jaden Daniels, the transfer from Arizona State a few years ago, but he's an absolute baller. He's a dual threat. We saw what he was able to do against Alabama, because I assume that's probably the game most people watched. He was on one leg for the championship game, and even on one leg, he was playing pretty well until he had to get replaced. The only main transfer out, Walker Howard, quarterback, going to Ole Miss. He's transferring because you're keeping Jaden Daniels. I was shocked for him to stay. I don't think he's going to get drafted high, but I was surprised he didn't go this year as opposed to wait. Again, I mean, he did get hurt. Probably wants to come back maybe and show that he's still okay. But I think, yeah, he could be a Heisman candidate this year. I think he'll be in the discussion. I mean, he's, the quarterback on LSU. We've obviously seen one win the Heisman pretty recently in Joe Burrow. He's not even close to Joe Burrow's level, but he's got a lot less talent, I would say, around him than Joe Burrow. But his ability to be a dual threat is what's going to really raise some eyebrows and get some eyeballs down in the bayou. Malik Neighbors, Noah Cain, absolute weapons on the offense. These guys are going to be used a lot. Malik Neighbors, the receiver, Noah Cain, the running back. These guys are going to be very important with Jaden Daniels, the 300 monster going on offense. Keyshawn Boutte was going to stay. There was some shenanigans, maybe off the field stuff, never confirmed, some pretty wild stuff if you want to look up LSU conspiracies there. But none of that was confirmed. But I will tell you that he would have been a huge asset. Now he's going to go to the pros, probably go, I would imagine, 2nd or 3rd round, good receiver. But now that he's gone, Malik Neighbors will get a lot more calls and a lot more things. In terms of the defense, the only guy that you really need to know about that's coming back, Harold Perkins Jr. This kid, absolute freak athlete. I believe it was the Arkansas game or the Texas A&M game. I think it was Arkansas, where he was just all over the field. He's like a 4.4 40, if not better, freak athlete. #1, I think it was a 5-star recruit, top defensive guy in the class last year out of Texas. This kid's unbelievable. And yeah, that portal class, along with the recruiting class coming in, LSU is really trying to beef up in what appears to be a potentially open SEC West. Is it open? No, because Bama's still there, clearly. But before you have to deal with Texas and Oklahoma, it might be nice to go out there and win an SEC title. This will be a theme when I'm doing the previews for other SEC videos, but the ability for them to bring back a quarterback and have him already in their system and not have to learn it through spring ball. But he's already been there for a year. He's got veteran presence. He's played in the SEC before, unlike a lot of these quarterbacks. He's going to be probably the best player in the conference, I would say, regardless of position. Maybe Brock Bowers, but especially in their half of the conference. And before Texas and Oklahoma come in, who are going to be helping bring an arms race, if you go out there and win a title this year, LSU could really start to get back to what they were a few years ago. They kind of were going down for a bit after Les Miles. Ed Orgeron obviously came back, and they kind of were a one and done there. But LSU should be a program that should be competing for national championships, especially conference championships, and finishing easily ranked, which obviously they did. They killed Purdue in a bowl game that Purdue really didn't care about, but that's always good momentum. So they were able to practice a little bit longer. That helps out a lot. And I'm very, very excited to see what LSU is going to do next year. And I think I could have them winning the SEC and potentially even going to the playoff. I think it's going to be a very, very, very good season down in the Bayou. And that Week 1 matchup against Florida State is going to tell us a lot about those two teams. Like it did this year, it was a bit of a down matchup initially. Thought it was like, hey, look, these two programs are kind of down. They both finished very, very good, and they're both huge favorites going into next year. Jordan Travis and Jaden Daniels, both Heisman guys. So it's going to be a great game. Cannot wait for it. Obviously, we're like 7, 8, 9 months away, but if it was tomorrow, I would do it. So thank you so much for the support. I can't believe the growth we've had the last few days and weeks here. We'll keep pushing. Let's try to get monetized soon, 1,000 subscribers. So like and subscribe, share with your friends. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. See ya.